Hello, everyone. I hope you are doing well. It looks like we had a little bug with Restream when launching the stream, so we might be on a different link to the one in the events page, but we are on live on YouTube, and I'm here with Flo. I hope you're all doing fine. If you have questions, please post it in the chat, if you like in the comments of YouTube, and we'll take them directly. And the idea is you can join us kind of backstage, sending the link now. So you can share your screen and ask us any question you might have. How are you doing, Flo?
I'm doing good.
You're doing good. Hasn't been a long day. It's so we're both based in France and it's 6 p.m. So sometimes that's it gets us a little bit. How is your day?
Pretty intense and
all right.
Really nice. I like those days.
All right, good. You're stuck. Okay, Steve, let's can you join us? Do you want to join us backstage and see if we can help you? I don't know, is the sound from my window very loud? I have my earphones, so I don't really, it kind of muffles the sound, but I feel like it's no.
It's okay, I think. You can hear a bit, but that's really
it's okay.
That's okay.
Sometimes there's someone, actually quite often there'll be someone playing the guitar and singing. All right, Steve just joined us. Let's have you on. How are you doing, Steve? Can't hear you. You might be muted or have an issue with your mic.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me now?
Yes, absolutely.
Sorry about that.
No worries. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm a little bit stuck and it's holding me up. It is more of a super-based question, so if you can't or don't want to answer it, I understand.
Go for it. Show us, and if we can help, we will. If it's a bit more high level, I will. Yeah.
It's probably quite simple. I struggle with super-based, and it's still right at the start. I'm basically rebuilding my entire backend from Xano into super-based, so I'm now relearning the whole thing.
Oh, interesting.
Again.
What made you change? Were you stuck in Xano?
No, the cost.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be the free app to begin with, and
okay.
I'm not working. I haven't worked since January. I've been focusing on this, so
yeah,
I can't really afford the cost of Xano. But basically, I've got a form, and it's going through WeWeb perfectly fine. But when it comes into Superbase, it's not filling in all of the or any of the columns in the artist profile. It is doing the user data table, but it's not doing the artist profile. And I have the same policies, so I would assume it would work, but it doesn't.
Can you show us show us maybe in WeWeb, start by testing the workflow and show us the error message?
There's no error message in WeWeb. That's the thing.
Okay.
It seems to go through fine. This is the last run that I did, and everything went through fine. But then on the Superbase side, it just doesn't put it in the table for some reason. It does do the user table, the user data table. That fills out fine because I actually have it going, updating 2 areas. This one does artist profile. This one does user data.
Sorry, so the first one. Sorry, no, go ahead, Phil.
No, so maybe it's not related, but I see that you are adding a branch here to update or insert a record, and in Superbase you have upsert, and I think it could do the same with only one action, meaning if they find the idea, they update. If they don't, they insert a new record. So you can take a look at what moment to simplify this, but. Is this the one that is not working, or is it the second one? Like the one
The
below.
second one is working. This is
Okay, but not this one. Okay.
First thing is, you said created at. Okay, because it's an update, so you already have the created at value.
Yeah, it's just updating.
Okay. Well, I think what you can try is to disable this branch, and we can quickly just try the upsert action. So if you can create a new action just before. Not here, really before the branch. You won't need the branch anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I actually don't need the branch. This was just to determine if you already have a row, then then go this way. But I actually changed it now so it automatically puts a row in when a new user is done. So I actually don't need this anymore. I could actually just completely get rid of it.
Okay, but in here, if you see, you've got upsert. You see this one?
Yeah.
And this one is doing exactly this, meaning that if the record exists, if you provide an ID, it will update this record.
Oh,
If you don't, it will create the record.
Oh,
This is the difference. Sometimes you have this action, like in some backend tools, and Supabase provides this. So it's quite useful. It prevents you from creating a branch like this.
Right, gotcha.
For this use case. So maybe it could help you, but yeah, normally if you don't receive an error, okay, can you just try your action one more time? But we will just check a bit more what it. Well, oh yeah, can you try it? I just wish to.
Shall I just remove it from the branch since I don't actually need the branch?
Okay. Yeah. You can test. You can test it. No need for. No worries. You can just test the action immediately. Just the action, not the workflow. Just really the action. You can click on test. On the action. Not everything. Just on the action. You've got the test button. You see in here.
Okay.
Yeah. This one. Okay. So on the left, we can't see everything. Yeah, perfect. Can you zoom in a bit?
Does that help?
Yes, perfect.
That's
perfect. Okay, so can you just open the last one? Yeah, here. So this is the one you are trying to update, artist profile, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It seems to all be there.
And it returns everything. And you are saying that you don't have that in Supabase table.
In Supabase, it's this one. It just leaves it empty. And it's done by ID and this user ID, and the user ID does match the auth ID because I did check that, obviously.
Can you show us the policy? Indeed, it looks like you are right. It must be a policy issue.
So this is the update one.
Can you try to go on the table and just to test? Can you remove the policy on that one?
Yes.
We can do that just to know if it's because of this or not.
And then go to the table.
Enable insert for you. I didn't see it. Yeah. Here, just disable the policies here.
Oh, okay.
Yes, here you can just authorize anonymous call. Yeah, just to test. Okay, perfect. You've got the warning, and now can you try again?
Just test.
Just click test. Yeah. Okay. Can you go back to Supabase and to the table and check out if Okay, so this is definitely weird.
Refresh just to check.
And ID 3B45. Can you go back to? Yeah, you should have an error.
Why should it have an error? Since it doesn't have any errorless.
Is this? I'm very new to Superbase. Is there somewhere in here that I can check to see if the info, like in Xano, I can actually see a history where
The
it's
logs.
actually, yeah, like the logs where it's actually it has come in, but it's not gone to the data. That way I can error check. I'm a little still learning this whole Superbase because I know there's logs, but I just have no idea how to check any of this.
Do you have some events or that some functions when you update a table or something like this? Because when you try the action, I see another log. I see profile something. So I suppose you have some functions triggered when you update something, right?
The only function I have is the new user one that I followed your tutorial about, having a user data table as well as the auth table. So that's the only function in here. And the same with the trigger. I think it's on the auth, right? Yeah, it's just that.
After insert table users, yes, just for table users, so you shouldn't have any issue. Can you go back to the workflow, please?
In WeWeb.
In WeWeb, yes. So what I don't understand is that if you scroll to the end,
yeah, that's the end.
Yeah, to the end here. Can you click the test again, please? Can you clear the logs before? Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So in here you've got update profile info 3 times. Why? Why do you have 3 actions here? Update and 6. I need to return something. Okay, let's try something else. Can you right click on your page and click and select inspect? We are going to try the advanced way. Okay, can you go to network? So really at the top of this new screen, you've got elements, console, sources. Really at the top.
That's
yeah, in the tabs here, and you've got some arrows to see more things.
Yeah.
Not really above.
Elements, really console, sources, and then 2 arrows.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So if you can click on the two arrows.
Yeah, the 2 arrows, and you need to select network. Okay, great. Can you click test again on the workflow? Yes, this one. Okay. So can you select the last one? Okay, and I may need, if you can, perfect. Okay, so this is what we send, and I need to see the response. So you see you've got new tabs, headers, payload, preview, response just above, really at the top of this one. Yes, here. Yeah, perfect. And so Superbase is returning nothing. Okay. And you do have other actions that work, right?
This one works, yeah.
This one works, yeah. Okay, can you show me the configuration? Sorry, yeah.
Except for timestamp, but I think that's probably just a format issue than a.
Can you show me the configuration of this action?
This bit?
Yeah. Yes.
I can zoom out again. Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Got arrays, and then some of them are just text. There's nothing really super fancy going on.
Okay, and at the end, did you select something? Can you scroll really at the end?
At the end, I do have return updated rows.
Okay. And it returns nothing. It means that it did not update. That's why we have null in the logs. The last log is null because we received nothing. Can you go back to Superbase? I just want to really make sure the policy is disabled, even if I can remember the warning, but is disabled, new table is publicly middle and writable. So I really don't understand. You got me here. Why do you have this issue? What could be the cause? Okay, let's try another thing. Can you copy paste this action? In WeWeb, yeah, in WeWeb, the update action, yes, this one. Can you copy paste it? Yeah. Okay, in here, let's try to update only one thing. So in the guided, really at the top, in fields, just update, keep ID and just something simple. What you can do is you click select all and unselect all. Yeah, perfect. So you can just select ID and something else. Okay, and can we try to add something here? Like any text in the formula.
Yeah, instead of binding, you can just type text.
Yeah, type text between quotes. Yeah, perfect. Can you click the ID? I just want to check the ID just before. DB6DE. Can you just go back to Superbase? I want to make sure this is the right ID. It's not. It's the user ID. It's not the ID of the record. So you see. So yeah, you need to select the ID, not the user ID. I think this is why. You need to select the primary key of your table.
So
in here, instead of you cannot. So instead of primary key, you need to select custom filter, I think. And in here, you will be able to select user ID. Just here, you see you've got update by, just on the right, before ID. Yes, below. You see in here, you've got primary keys or custom filter. And you can click that one.
Custom.
Yeah. And in here, you add a filter. No, just the blue button. Yes, and in here, column is equal to value. Yes, so in column you type in user ID or user. I don't remember the name of the column. Okay. Yeah, careful, it's case sensitive. Yeah. Okay, and now you can select your user ID.
Okay, so the value would be
the value what you had before. So really the user ID. Okay, perfect. And you can try again. Okay, it looks good. So I think if you go back to Superbase, you will see text. Okay, great. Here you are.
You're the best. Thank you. That was sending me around all day yesterday. I was just like, I hate my life. Why is this
yeah, it was tricky. So now for sure you will remember to check out the ID and to select something else. So yes, that's because it's closer to the database in Superbase. So yeah, it's a bit more technical to update a record. But yeah, so if it's not the primary key, you need to select custom fields instead of ID.
Gotcha.
Instead of primary key. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
Don't forget to add back the RLS.
Yes, I will do. And put everything back. Thank you.
Cool. Thanks a lot, Steve.
You're
Talk to you
welcome.
soon. Bye. All right. I don't think we have any other question really. Abby was asking in the chat about custom components if like upgrading was the only option, and yes, at the moment it is. We're always exploring ways we can kind of work the pricing. So it's an ongoing process. We're trying to figure out business model that works for everyone. So yeah, for now you need the business workspace plan to develop custom components. And I think that's pretty much it. If there's anyone in the chat who wants to ask a question, go for it. Otherwise, we'll just leave it at that for this week. And personally, I'll go take a nap.
Yeah, it's quiet today.
It's very quiet today. Very quiet. I think
maybe it's because of the link. What you said? No, the issue with the link.
I don't think so, because you would have the notification. I checked my emails to make sure if anyone was lost, and no, 'cause we're still live on YouTube, so it would be the same platform. You would get the notification.
So quiet day.
Quiet day. That's okay. That works as well. All right, cool. Well, we'll leave it at that, and yeah, talk to you soon. Next week, we will still have it. It will be the day before the No Code Summit. So for those of you who are traveling to the No Code Summit in Paris, hey Daniel, nice to see you in the chat.
Hey Daniel.
So for those of you traveling to Paris for the No Code Summit, we will be at the communities meetup on the Tuesday evening, but before we'll have the office hours as usual. Oh, Steve has another question. All right, well, go for it. I'll send the link again in case. In case it got lost. And welcome back.
Hello.
And
It's actually more of an efficiency question. So I have a bunch of drop downs in obviously WeWeb. Is it better to have all of the drop down menus all in the same table on Superbase and then just upload them and separate them in WeWeb? Or is it better to have individual tables for each drop down menu and upload them to WeWeb individually? Does that make sense?
I'm not sure to understand what you mean by drop down and tables. The
select.
I'll share because then it's easy to understand. So right now, I did it a couple. I started by having drop down menus with like multiple things, multiple columns, and then just bringing it into WeWeb, and then having them all as drop down menus, and then just so let me go to a drop down menu. Oh, that looks terrible. And then in here, I would just have drop down menus and have them all loaded up
with a collection. Yeah, you have. That's a.
To have them separate, because I started doing them separately since I have such massive lists. And then I started doing them separate, like bringing them in individually. Does it really matter? Is there an efficiency issue if you do them all at the same time, if they're big lists?
No, that's okay. There are small collections, so that's totally okay to load them all at the same time, I think.
Okay.
As long as your pop-up is not taking too long to load, or your page to render. If it's the case, what you can do is then to to create a dedicated component, like in your, for example, in your select or dropdown, you make it a component and you load the collection on mount, on this component.
Okay.
Or you don't even have to create a component for this. You can just do it on this one, and you create a workflow, and you've got the on mount trigger, and you can go to your collection, disable the auto fetch,
Right.
and you fetch it only on mount, so manually. If you wish to improve your performances, you can do something like this.
Oh, okay. That's good. Okay.
So you decide when you load the collection.
Right.
And to that, you click on the collection, you go to advanced. We really need to display that because it's a bit hidden. But you click advanced, and here you have to untick the fetch the collection automatically. So the collection won't be fetched.
Okay.
If you click here, you go to query configuration. I think it's the one after.
Next one.
Yeah, you need to click continue and
Fetch data.
yeah, it's here. So you have to untick, the fetch this collection automatically. This one. So the collection won't be fetched, really. And then on your element, you create a workflow, and on mount you fetch the collection.
Okay, I got you. Yeah, that makes sense.
So you can do that if you wish to improve your performances and load the things when you want them to be loaded.
Right, gotcha. Cool. That makes a lot of sense. Thank you. I'm learning a lot.
And the fetch automatically, basically, we check the page, and if we see one binding to that collection, we will fetch the collection. This is how it works. And if the collection needs another collection, like if in the query configuration you use in the formula a data from another collection, we will fetch both. This is how it works. So we take into consideration the dependencies between collections.
Gotcha. Makes sense. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Very cool. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
All right, we have another question. I'm sorry because it's in an alphabet I can't read, so I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. But the question is about plans to make it more convenient to work with third-party icons. I believe this is on the short-term roadmap.
Yes, it is. We are currently discussing it. I hope this could be released next month. So yeah, right now I don't have all the details. We have many ways to do that, but we definitely want to have something more standard with SVG, and so you can basically upload anything you want. So even if you have a Figma with your icons, you would just export them, upload them, and you will be able to use the icon component with those SVGs.
Yeah, that'd be really cool. And kind of related, responsive topography would be amazing.
Yes.
Yes, but no.
Yes, right now you have to indeed click on tablet, change the typography, and click on mobile to do that. If it's cumbersome, what you can do is really to create a component, a text component in here. You do it once, and then you use this instance everywhere. This is something you can also do. It's a bit of work at first, but this is something you can definitely do.
All right, cool. Well, thank you very much. Thanks, Steve, for your questions. I'm very sorry in the chat in the comment that I don't know how to pronounce your name. Maybe we can meet sometime. You hop on and you tell us how. But yeah, thank you very much, everyone. Thanks, Abby, as well. Talk to you very soon, and we hope you all have a great week. If you're at the No Code Summit next week, I put the link to the meetup on Tuesday, and if not, of course, we'll continue to catch up on